Tony threw a single punch, instantly blasting the evil spirit 100 meters away. Then he pressed the attack, landing 10,000 punches in a row. Unexpectedly, despite the relentless barrage, the spirit remained completely unharmed, and just as Tony moved in again, it suddenly released a toxic mist right at his face. It seemed like certain death for Tony, but when the poison cleared, he stood there glowing with energy and completely unscathed. This drove the spirit into a fury. Its body began to tremble uncontrollably. Tony knew he had to end it quickly, so the moment the spirit made a move, he poured a special wine on it that he had prepared in advance. The spirit immediately lost all resistance, furious at dying at the hands of a mere mortal. It let out one last curse before vanishing into ashes. Tony was just an ordinary human in a cultivation academy, but he refused to accept fate. Despite having no cultivation talent, he was determined to walk the immortal path. His grandfather sacrificed half a lifetime to find him a pill that could awaken a spirit bone, just to earn him a chance to enter the Divine Hall test. But upon arriving, Tony was surrounded by prodigies with astonishing gifts. His confidence was shattered in an instant. When he placed his hand on the spirit bone stone, it glowed only slightly stronger than a mortal's. This fake spirit bone meant it would be almost impossible to cultivate. Even if he stayed, he'd receive no resources. The senior disciple advised him to return to the mortal world and live out a peaceful life. Tony fell silent. Was all his effort for nothing? Just as he began to waver, an elder sensed his unwillingness and told him he could become an unregistered disciple, go on a 3-year trial, and if he passed the test, he could still enter the inner sect. With the senior brother's approval, Tony accepted the trial without hesitation. He took 30 merit coins and a lecture mirror from the elder and descended the mountain with determination. Unbeknownst to him, 2 fellow new disciples had already set their sights on him. Even though he had only a fake spirit bone, they wanted to crush his last hope. Sure enough, just as Tony settled into a shabby hut, an evil spirit was already watching him from behind. Luckily, before his grandfather left, he gave him a divine bean and warned him to plant it in immortal soil no matter where he went. Just as expected, when Tony planted the bean, within moments, it grew into a towering tree, and from it emerged a beautiful fairy. She immediately formed a lifebound contract with Tony, becoming an indispensable companion on his cultivation path. The fairy turned out to be Spirit Moon Fairy. 600 years ago she was betrayed, and her last soul fragment hid inside the divine bean. Now awakened by Tony, she repaid him by setting up a spirit gathering array, dramatically increasing his cultivation speed. At the same time, the lecture mirror began transmitting the elder's lessons, but in the fairy's eyes, those techniques were mere low-level tricks. She decided to teach him a cultivation method from another dimension. To help him rewrite his destiny, she dropped a special pod into a wooden barrel and began remolding his body and spirit. The process was extremely dangerous. One wrong move could destroy his soul, but Tony endured for 3 full days, surviving the first body refinement. 6 more brutal trials still awaited him. Just as he prepared to take the energy-gathering pill, an unexpected event occurred. The skies darkened, demonic energy surged, a demon from the nether realm appeared. Tony's mortal body happened to contain a transparent heart that attracted evil energy. Even the fairy pitied his tragic fate, so she risked her life to protect him, using all her power to